So what is the trick to forgetting your twin flame? Because once you become aware of the twin flame journey, it almost seems impossible to forget them, right? Because like when I started my twin flame journey, I had the numerology like blaring at my face on car number plates. I had songs on the radio that I know were speaking directly to me from my twin flame. I saw my twin flame person's initials on number plates. I saw numerology on clocks, 1111, 911. Everything was like in the universe was helping me to become aware of the connection, making it impossible to forget. And the reason that this is happening is because you're not meant to forget. You're meant to awaken. So the struggle was I was awakened, but I had this pain inside of me because I didn't know how to get from A to B. How do I get from twin flame separation to twin flame union? Because twin flame separation is painful. And on top of this pain, there was also this mirroring going on between my twin flame person and I, bringing up even more feelings to process. And I was just in so much pain. I didn't know what to do, right? And I was in so much pain that I asked my angels, I asked my guides, help me forget about this. Like, how do I get past this, right? And the response I got so viscerally in my heart, you know, one of those responses where your guides kind of step in and give you the advice you need very viscerally. And their advice was to just like love your twin flame unconditionally. The connection's being shown to you for a reason. It's actually one of the biggest gifts you'll ever receive is awakening on the twin flame journey. And so it wasn't that I was meant to stay in the pain or forget. I just had to love unconditionally. And that helped me surrender and helped me attract my next steps to manifesting my true twin flame. When my guides told me to love him unconditionally, it's because there was a solution to union, and there is a solution for you. And the reason that you can never forget about your twin flame is because, well, let's go back to twin flame basics. You're created from the same soul blueprint. You come from the same place. You're created by the same stuff. You weren't created as an individual person that goes along and finds another individual person to be with. You were actually created as a divine feminine and a divine masculine twin flame pair. So when you look at your twin flame, you're actually looking at yourself, right? A different expression of your being, right? So you can't forget your twin flame because they're you. One, the reason you weren't aware of them beforehand was because you were deeply numbed out to yourself, and something within you called in this awakening to remember, right? You were ready. That's the only way, is because you were ready. And you can't separate what God created as whole. So, myth busted. The video is about forgetting your twin flame, but it's not actually possible, right? So how do you get out of this stuck cycle of pain, of waiting, of confusion, of doubt? Because the universe isn't actually a cruel universe. They're not just going to reveal your twin flame to you as a joke to put you through more pain and suffering. That's cruel, right? That's actually not what's happening. You're being awakened to the twin flame journey because the process of purifying your conscious and healing to return to union with your twin flame is 100% worth it, right? As challenging as it may be to heal yourself, once you come into union with your twin flame, like I personally would do it over and over and over again, a trillion billion times, go through the spiritual challenges just to return to union with my twin flame, because it's such a heavenly, comforting, just perfect experience. It's so natural to your own heart, and you're created to be in union. It's your most peaceful state of being. It's where you're meant to be. So how do you get from this separation, confusion, doubt, pain into union with your twin flame? Well, first you're gonna have to change what you're currently doing, because what you're currently doing isn't working. Yes, you got to the place of awareness of your twin flame, but that's not enough just to get you all the way into physical union, right? Even like being involved in spiritual practices isn't enough to manifest your union. Like I was someone who meditated, I was someone who pulled apart self-help books, and I was someone who made sure I ate well and took care of my health. Yeah, I was a self-aware person. I understood that, you know, I was important enough to take care of myself. But that alone, that self-care alone isn't enough to manifest your twin flame. You have to do something different. And the reason is because there's already so many people who do that. Meditate, yoga, chanting, chakra healing, but they're not with their twin flame. Why? Because they're still avoiding something within themselves. So you have to do twin flame specific healing to manifest your twin flame union. And I honestly had no clue on how to manifest my twin flame. I could not do this journey alone. I needed help, I needed support, I needed guidance from someone who knew what they were doing. And I found my twin flame teachers, Jeff and Shalia from Twin Flames Universe, and they had their harmonious twin flame union, God-given, very real, you could feel it. The words they spoke connected, made sense to me. So I tried on their teachings, the mirror exercise, the teachings of union. I became their student, and within 2 years, I'd gone from separation into union with my twin flame. Now, it might not take you 2 years, it might take you less than that. Each journey is different depending on your willingness to heal and depending on what is the journey between you and your twin flame union. You're eternal beings. You might have already worked on this for lifetimes, you might not have, right? Preparation for this journey. So you're gonna have to learn you're gonna have to learn twin flame specific healing. You're gonna have to learn and understand how twin flames were created and how their dynamic works, because you've only been taught soulmate dynamics, karmic dynamics, and those dynamics do not work on a twin flame union, because a twin flame union is completely transcendental to those relationships. When in a soulmate and a karmic, you've got two different individuals, right? In a twin flame, you've got two individuals from the same being, right? So you can't apply what you've learned to manifest your twin flame. You can't attract them through doing nice makeup, through going to the gym, by making your Tinder profile like something that they'd be interested. Like that doesn't work with your twin flame, because it's based in divine love and it's based in true love, and you can only attract your twin flame by purifying your consciousness, healing yourself, and returning to your divine self, healing your relationship with God. And you can't trust what you find on the internet. I was on a consultation call with someone today wanting help on their twin flame journey, and they just telling me all of these terrible thoughts of separation that they learned from the internet. The internet was telling them, they can't think about the twin flame, otherwise that's chasing them, or they can't be obsessed, so they can't think about them. And you just can't trust that kind of information. There's so much misinformation that's going to misguide you on the twin flame journey. But what I learned from Jeff and Shalia at Twin Flames Universe worked, and I learned the mirror exercise, I learned teachings of union from Twin Flame Ascension School, and I worked with a certified ascension coach. And I am now certified in ascension coaching. I have been since 2020, and I'm actually certified to share with others the process of how to manifest their twin flame, how to do the inner work. So if this resonated with you and you're serious about healing separation, I'm looking for those who are serious about manifesting their twin flame and actually want to do the inner healing work. You can book a free consultation with me below and we can get started. Take care. Bye.